The bugs are finally starting to win, so I'm starting to wear a hoodie now to keep the mosquitoes off me. Following up the video I just uploaded recently about elderberry root propagation, I've got some more roots here. When I was pulling the native blackberries out from around where the elderberries are, when I was pulling the roots up, in a few instances, I pulled the elderberries up out of the ground too, because the elderberries were growing over the top. So if you imagine this is the elderberry and this was the blackberry, when I pull this up, I was pulling these out of the ground too. I actually have quite a few more than this, but these are all Scotia variety. And I'm going to try my hand at getting these roots to root and also set some leaves. It might take a couple months, but this is going to be another fun little experiment. My first experiments have gone well. It's low light, but maybe you can see. Here's the Scotia featured in the last video. It's already grown a fair bit more than it did yesterday. It's kind of shocking. So what some people don't really talk about much is that elderberry can sucker up from the roots, and I'm trying to learn how and why. In my experience, it does not sucker very far away from the plant unless the roots get disturbed. So for example, you can see here, this was a piece of root that was actually pretty close to the surface, because if you look, you can see it's kind of hardened. It's got a bit of a skin on it, whereas right here, this was completely buried a few inches deep. It's white, it's kind of soft and supple. And then here at the tip, right here, you'll see it looks like this was trying to poke out of the ground, but it got trampled or something happened and it kind of died back. So how I think this was working was this was in the ground like this, with that little thing, this little tip here poking up. This was all buried, but this came up out of the ground, was daylighted, and then went back down into the ground. And so what I'm curious about here is to see if any node, any root node on this piece of root can make suckers and stems and leaves, or if only certain ones can, or if it's specific to the time of year. This is some really dorky stuff, and I'm just learning, poking around with a bunch of paper cups and some low quality homemade potting mix. But stay tuned, and we'll see if any of this can grow.